Hello, I'm back. It's been a while. I just haven't had the chance to upload any videos, and my boxes have moved. Other than that, I'm going to continue off from the exact same spot I was with my last HTML lesson. I'm going to do the div tag because I had recorded one and then I deleted it and I never uploaded it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do that again, but this one's going to be a little more concise because the last one I rambled a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. And we have our basic HTML structure here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a div tag. Now the div tag stands for division or divider, whatever you want to say, but basically it is a box structure. You can think of it as just a container almost. So what you can do with it is some pretty cool things. You can say things like div ID header, and be like, boom, there's your header. Oh my god, it's so amazing. Here's, oh, boom, you got a footer. Oh my god, look at, it's incredible what you can do with this. And you can do something like this. You can do like container, and then you've got a div name container that you can use like your main body, and then on top of it, you can go something like this. Boom, div sidebar, boom. Oh man, I'm just rocking up this web design right now. We got ourselves a container with a sidebar, and then we can do something like story content or like blog roll, if you follow what I'm saying. Anyways, divs take up their own space, so like they'll span and take up their own spot. They're block level elements. If you don't know what block level elements is, look it up. This makes the structure of the web page, doesn't make the visual parts of it. So it would look kind of awkward if we were to fill this in with like just header, and then in here I'll say content, and then here I'll say sidebar, and then blog, and then footer. And we check out our actual web page, and you'll see it's just, they're there. They're each on their own line. And that's because we haven't defined through CSS kind of how we want to mess with these divs to make them fit the way we want them to. But if we were to inspect this, you could see here that as we look at our elements here, they each take up their own little full width blocks. And that's really nifty because divs know their own space, they know their own limits, and so they'll just fill it out and be like, hey, I'm here, what you gonna do about it? It makes it really nifty when you're doing things like headers and footers and contents. Now the sidebar and the blog is a little more complicated because you've got to get them side by side, and positioning divs side by side can actually be fairly daunting if you don't know what you're doing. But I'll cover that in another video. For now, just realize how divs work. When you get into web design and web development, you will be using divs for everything. Now that's not necessarily a good thing, because nowadays in HTML5 we're working on these semantic tags like the actual footer tag. You don't need to use just div. It's the same thing. Divs and footer tags create the same kind of HTML elements. The only difference is footer tags, it's easier to read just a footer tag than div ID footer. Anyways, peace.